There's a bit of concern that China's still the key battleground and the iPhone is losing ground, Mark.
This is exactly what Wall Street and investors have been bracing for, another big decline in China. As you know, Apple had its biggest decline in a couple of years last quarter related to overall China sales. And now it looks like you're going to see another decline in China, given this data from Counterpoint Research. Now, as I typically say, these data points are typically not exactly on the money, but they're usually directionally correct. So if they're telling us that iPhone sales in China are down by a fifth, I would believe that iPhone sales in China are down quite considerably, not maybe as bad as 19%, but in all likelihood, they're going to be down, bringing down the overall picture in China. Now, why is that particularly interesting? Because even though China had about a $2 billion decline in the prior quarter, Tim Cook on the earnings call said that's not because of the iPhone. It's because of Apple's other products that they sell in China. Well, this time around, it's likely because of the iPhone if these numbers are to be believed.
Let's talk about other products, because we kind of got signaling on all of this before. IDC, another third-party data giving us a similar picture. What's new on the day, Mark, is that, well, May 7th, we got a new event, and it's all around those new iPads.
Yeah, as I've been saying on here and on Power on the last several weeks, Apple is set to launch its biggest revamp to the iPad in over 5 years. You're going to see new versions of the iPad Air and the iPad Pro introduced on May 7th. They're going to play a video on their website. They're trying something new here, a video starting time of 7 a.m. versus the usual 10 a.m. And they're announcing this video well in advance. They've been trying some different things lately. Their usual cadence is to announce these things 7 days in advance. So now we're getting a full 2 weeks, which is quite interesting. Maybe they want a little bit more momentum leading into that. They're trying to see for these smaller scale launches if more advance notice brings in more people. So this is certainly something to look out for. New iPad Pro, new iPad Air, new Apple Pencil, new Magic Keyboards, all coming about 1 month before they announce their new AI initiatives at the Worldwide Developers Conference in early June. So this is going to be significant. And the hope, if you're on Wall Street or a shareholder of the company, is that this is going to boost iPad sales, which have been down quite considerably the last several quarters due to a lack of any updates across 2023.